beating a tough team in Oswego in what was a game that turned a lot of heads. Luca DeSanto alongside me, TJ Silkaitis. TJ, what are we looking for in this game?
Yeah, we're really going to try and look at the top two players from both these teams, both Chris Bolte and, of course, Adam Flowers from both sides. Adam Flowers did have a little bit of an injury in the first quarter, came back, played through a hurt ankle throughout the game, played a terrific game for the team. He had 14 points, 2 assists, 5 boards, shooting 70% from the field. And Chris Bolte had 18 points, 4 assists, 6 boards, shooting 38.4% from the field. So those are the two key players we need to keep an eye out for in this one.
Absolutely, and I mean, also looking at supporting cast from both these teams. I really like the play from Amir Tucker for St. Ignatius along with Nico Harris. Duke Ross had a big game as well. And Sean Day had a huge game for Downers South yesterday, being a great second punch for Flowers when he wasn't scoring. And here we go, tip-off underway. It's Chitaro giving this one over to Tucker up top. Bolte gets it, pulls up mid-range, and is going to be called for a jump ball going Downers South's way.
Yeah, and some people might be a little bit confused on what just happened. Kind of looks like a travel, but Bolte went up with that shot. Hanna on top of that. Could have been a block, but he came back down with it. Therefore, it's going to be a jump ball, and Downers Grove North gets the possession here as St. Ignatius won the jump ball.
Day taking it up. Bounces this one over to Flowers. He's guarded by Chitaro. Flowers gives it back out up top. McNamara back out to Day. Vagonis. Back to McNamara. Now down low to Vagonis, who goes up and in for 2. Tucker directing traffic, getting this one across half court. Tucker looking. Solid defense being played here by Downers South. Tucker dropping back, going inside. Finds a driving Duke Ross, who goes up and in for 2.
Beautiful move there, nice spin move, getting a shot up to go, up off the glass. A nice job there from St. Ignatius.
Vagonis tries giving this one over to Flowers, and it's turned over going to St. Ignatius.
Yeah, and Flowers trying to communicate to his teammate right there. He was looking for a pass up over the top, so you get it right in that shooting pocket, get a quick 3 up, but instead elects to go with the bounce pass. Flowers wasn't ready for it. Ball goes out of bounds, St. Iggy ball.
Tucker guarded by Evans. Ross to Bolte, guarded by Flowers. The matchup of the game, Bolte blocked away, stays with Ignatius.
Yeah, ferocious defense there from Flowers, not letting Bolte get to a spot, making him know it's not going to be easy for him all night long.
2 minutes in, 2-2 apiece. Harris gets this one in Chitaro. Now out to Tucker for 3. Bricks that one, rebounded though by Harris. He goes up and inside, no foul called, and it's going to the Mustangs. Flowers in transition, pushing, pulls up, mid-range, no good. Bolte to Ross, who winds up for 3 up top, it's good. And it looks like a foul is gonna be called down low.
It's gonna be white ball out of bounds. They're not gonna, they will not count the 3, as I believe the foul was before the shot. So St. Ignatius will get the ball back, but the 3-pointer will not count. Or sorry, rather, it did count. They just added it to the scoreboard.
Huge sequence here for St. Ignatius. Bolte in the corner gets it. Kicks it out, Chitaro up top to Ross. Back over, Bolte. Loses his handle, gets it back, down low, Ross for 2.
Beautiful move there from Bolte, almost loses the handle, able to dish it off to his teammate. A nice finish down low there from Ross.
The Yale commit showing off a nice touch off these fancy passes. Flowers loses control of this one. It's turned over, taken by Chitaro. Inside, Tucker. It's a charge.
Just a little bit out of control there was Tucker. A great defensive play, getting in the way, planting the feet. Antonio Evans making a great defensive play here for Downers Grove South.
Day in the corner. Up top again to Evans. Dimitri Letsos just checked into this game for DGS. He's in for Flowers. Vagonis up top. Still moving it around. Here's a driving Evans, kicks it back out. Day, pump fake, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebounded by Ross. Nico Harris in transition, nice move to the cup, and he is fouled by Vagonis.
He does a great job of getting around as a defender there. A nice move by Harris, able to get inside. A clean block from Vagonis, but other defender got him from the backside, so he'll go to the line here for 2. Downers Grove South going to the bench early in this game. 4 of the 5 starters currently sit on the bench.
Yeah, Coach Miller runs a wide rotation. I mean, you saw, like we said, Adam Flowers, the best player on this Downers South team, was the first person to go to the bench for adjustments. Here's Segrand. Day gives this one down low to Kasparinas, who's fouled.
And Luca, like you were mentioning with the benches, already 9 gone deep into the bench for Downers Grove South. That's more than St. Ignatius went to all of last game against Highland Park. They only went 7 deep, so it's really going to be up to those top 5 starters to try their best to keep up with the endurance that Downers Grove South is going to have because of all the bench rotations. They like to keep the guys in and out of the lineup, making sure that they have the most well-rested players on the court at all times.
Yeah, DJ Codwell also off the bench today for St. Ignatius. He started yesterday. Chitaro now starting for the Wolfpack. Nine to 4 ball game now. Bolte kicks this one out. Harris, Chitaro. Directing traffic up top now. Chitaro gets doubled, has to back out. Tucker in the corner to Bolte. Chitaro, wing 3, won't go. Segrand skies in for that one. Here he goes, pushing in transition, kicks this one into the corner to Letsos for 3. It bounces in, that will not count, off the rubber. And a close game alert for you in the main gym. It's 46-41 Rolling Meadows.
St. Pat's is in the lead, but Rolling Meadows has made it close.
Excuse me, yes.
Rolling Meadows was down by quite a bit going into the half, but they really fought back here. It reminds us a lot of that Glenbard West game we just got done with. They were up by 10 at halftime against Metamora, but Metamora was able to fight back, send it to, Glenbard West actually was down, sent it to overtime where they ended up losing to Metamora.
The winner of this game will play Metamora in the Elite 8. Monday in the main gym. Tucker gives this one into Bolte. Tucker. Chitaro giving this one to Ross. 3 ball, no good. Flowers comes up with that one. He just can't quite hold on to that. St. Ignatius basketball inbound from under the rim.
Yeah, just tipped off his fingertips, but That's a rebound you got to have if you're Downers-Grove South. You can't be giving St. Ignatius any more possessions than they already have. This is one of the best teams in the state. Their only 2 losses coming to top 10 opponents in the state of Illinois, so they really got to make sure that they grab those extra rebounds, fight for every loose ball, and get all those extra possessions for themselves playing a team of this caliber.
St. Ignatius ranked 6th by Nesto Hoops. Their only losses to number 1 and number 2 in the state. And there's a corner 3 from Chris Bolte.
And there's Bolte, gets on the board there with a big 3-pointer in a big way, increasing their lead to 8 here in the first quarter.
Down low pass to a cutting Flowers, can't get it to go. Kasparinas is there for the second effort. Third effort will take him to the line.
Yeah, nice job there from Kasparinas. Does a nice job getting the offensive board. Misses the first shot, but doesn't give up on the play. Gets the second one. He's able to go to the line here for 2.
First one falls for him. Second one is good as well. It's a 6-point basketball game. Harris giving this one to Tucker for 3, no good. Rebounded by Day. Day down low to Vagonis, who's fouled. He's gonna take another trip to the line.
Downers-Grove South is doing a great job right now getting down low into the basket, forcing St. Ignatius to make a play on the ball. Getting to the free throw line is a huge way for them to get easy points, and they're doing a great job of it here in the first.
And an update from you in the main gym again. It's a 1-point basketball game there. Rolling Meadows, a huge 3 just hit to cut St. Pat's lead to 1 with 20 seconds left. St. Pat's basketball after the timeout.
And we won't feel bad if you jump over to watch the conclusion of that one, but make sure to come back right after. But an amazing comeback from Rolling Meadows in what could be a very huge upset in the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic.
We saw an upset earlier. Perspective's leadership over Lyons Township in an absolutely dominant fashion. Tucker, great pressure up top here from the Mustangs. Chitoro gets backed out. Bolte looking, gets us one to Cole Turner. Harris swings this around. Chitoro in the corner for 3. No good. Day taking this one away. Flowers. Day down low. Thomas has to extend for that one. He saves it. Gives it out to Kasparinas. Now back out top to Day. Kasparinas in the corner for 3. No good. Flowers able to tip the rebound, but there's a little miscue between him and Day on who is to corral.
Yeah, just another one of those spots where Flowers would like to have that one back. Got a finger on it, but of course Day coming in, kind of tipping it out of the way. Neither one of them could grab it. The Ignatius once again catching a little bit of a break there.
DJ Codwell coming in. Nico Harris is going to take a seat. Chitoro over to Tucker. Back to Chitoro. Bolte up top, looking, drives, stops. Finds Chitoro, who gets fouled by Evans. Tucker over to Chitoro. Bolte goes down low, drives, can't get it to go, but the cleanup from Turner is good.
Yeah, great job realizing that Bolte's not in a position to score that ball. He's just right underneath the basket, finds himself right where that ball is and does a nice job putting it back in.
Bledsoe's guarded by Codwell up top. Thomas. Vagonis now over to Letsos. Letsos trying to find an opening. He's fouled. No, they're going to call a travel. with 1.1 second remaining.
Yeah, it's got a little bit flustered right there.
They throw this one over to Bolte. He gets the shot off, no good. That's how the first quarter is going to end. The score 14-8. With that, we will step aside. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back here. Start of the second quarter. Chitaro set to inbound for the Wolfpack. They lead 14-8. Codwell moving this one over to Harris. Harris on an island. Swings this one over. Drive here from Turner. Back out Codwell. Bolte. Codwell fakes. Back Harris drives inside. He's blocked away. McNamara moving this one up ahead to Day. Now down low. Kasparidis for two.
Beautiful pass there from Day, able to find his teammate down low. Kasparidis goes up strong after catching that one low and gets the easy bucket.
Harris on the wing. Harris to Chitaro. He drives, stops, bounces it over to Turner. Codwell, three ball is good.
Good ball movement there from St. Ignatius, passing it all around the wing, moving Downers Grove South's defense everywhere, and a wide open look and a knockdown shot from Harris.
Here's Day up top to Vagonis. Now Flowers. Flowers drives inside, tough move, he responds.
Goes right at Chris Bolte. He's not afraid of him whatsoever. Goes up with the right hand and a strong finish there from Adam Flowers.
Turner loses this one, taken away by Flowers. He stops and he's fouled.
Yeah, good foul there from Chitaro. Flowers in a 2-on-1 fast break opportunity. Without a foul, that's probably an easy basket. And with how the fouls work now, there's 5 fouls per quarter is what gets you to the bonus, not the original 7 and 10 bonus and the extra bonus like we're used to in high school basketball.
Score update from you in the main gym. St. Pat's has defeated Rolling Meadows 49-46. Corner three, no good. And it's going to the Wolfpack.
Yeah, Day trying to fly in there for that rebound, but goes over the back. It's gonna be a foul every time. Ref's in great position to make that call, sees it clearly, and he does make that call.
Chitaro goes back out. Now to Codwell. Great pressure here by DGS again on the perimeter. Here's Bolte going to work. Kicks it back out up top to Codwell. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Chitaro getting pressured by Flowers on the wing. Ross almost loses it. Bolte has to go flying in for that one, and it's out of bounds. Downer South basketball.
5:33 remaining in the second quarter. Downer South with possession, only down by 5. They're keeping it closer with St. Ignatius, and their offense has looked a little bit sluggish. Kind of reminds me of that game with Highland Park yesterday. That's why they're able to stay in it for so long. Only 23 first half points for St. Iggy.
Flowers knifing his way inside, gives it back out. Inside drive here by Vagonis is going to reward him with a trip to the line for 2.
And there it is again, Downsgrove South doing everything they can to get down low, and it's working wonders for them right now. They're getting multiple trips to the free throw line, and they've been capitalizing on those free throw attempts, and that's a big reason why they're staying in this game early on.
First one is offline.
Apparently I need to be quiet. Announcers jinx.
Flowers is going to take a rest. Second one also no good. It's a completely unsuccessful trip. Harris up top. Bolte loses control of that one. It's turned over. Another start for DGS. Day goes spinning to the cup. Can't quite get that one to go down. It's rebounded by Ross. Here goes Tucker the other way. Stops, gives it to Ross. Now Bolte fakes, drives, kicks out. Caldwell to Tucker for 3 in the corner. No good. Day. Ross goes down low. Up for 2.
Beautiful play there from Ross. Gets his defender jumping as a wide open layup. Tremendous ball fake right there. Is able to connect on the easy 2-point layup.
Garce gives this one over to Vagonis. Now in the corner, it's stolen by Tucker. Here he goes on the break. He's fouled. Amir Tucker, maybe one of the most underrated sophomores in the state right now. He's been really making a name for himself as this second option, a big scoring punch, and X factor for this St. Ignatius team.
And another thing is that he loves to push the pace, and we've seen it so far. He loves running the fast break. And it's Downer South, their current answer for that is just to foul him because they can't get back in time because of how fast he is.
Bolte gets this one, he kicks it out to Chitaro. Now up top to Tucker. Chitaro, wing 3 is online.
Deep 3-pointer there from Chitaro, and is able to knock it down.
Flowers is fouled. They're gonna call that one on the floor. No, they're gonna call that one on the shot. So it's gonna be a trip to the line.
I believe the refs are currently talking that over. But nonetheless, Flowers does a nice job catching St. Ignatius sleeping after that 3-pointer. A little bit slow to get back on defense, punishes them. Gets a foul call. That's their 3rd of the quarter as a team.
You know, I think a pretty interesting storyline for this game as well is, you know, the 2 best players on this team. For Downer South, it's Adam Flowers for sure, and for St. Ignatius, it's Chris Bolte for sure. They are both transfers from Hinsdale South.
Yes, former teammates that could have been playing in the Tosh together, as Hinsdale South is still currently in the tournament, so they could have been seniors playing together, but both elected to transfer schools, and both those players have really taken their games to the next level since departing from Hinsdale South, and they really carry their team on their back, making it known that they're the 2 best players out there on the floor.
Bolte transferred after his freshman year. Flowers, however, transferred after his sophomore year as he goes inside for 2 and makes it an 8-point game. Tucker moves it back to Harris. St. Ignatius trying to break this defense here by DGS. Tucker, 3-ball, no good. Flowers pulls this one down. Here he goes, pushing the pace, guarded by Chitaro. He's fouled. And it's going to be an inbound from below the basket.
Yeah, Flowers is just attacking the basket with everything he's got every time down the floor. Anytime there's a fast break opportunity and he grabs the rebound, you know exactly where he's going. He's going right to the cup. Another foul called. And St. Ignatius starting to get into a little bit of foul trouble.
The way he's able to switch gears going downhill, able to hesitate, go back in, is a real big part of his game and what sets him apart from a lot of these players in this tournament. Kasparinas kicks this one over to Letsos for three. Won't go, rebounded by Bolte. Here he goes pushing, giving it up to Harris. Harris goes inside, reverse layup, no good. Chitaro tried saving that one, but Flowers goes skying in for it. Here he goes in transition, goes past Tucker, and he's fouled on the shot.
And that's 3 times in a row now we've seen him run the fast break and get that foul called. This time he will be heading to the free throw line, regardless if they're calling that on the shot or not, as that is the 15th foul here for St. Ignatius with still 2:43 left to play in the half.
And a timeout called by Downers Grove South. They trail by 2. Adam Flowers a chance to go to the line to cut this lead to 6, however. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first half. Do not go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back here. Here's a trip to the line for Adam Flowers for 2 with 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the first half. It's a 22-14 game. Both these teams just trying to find their offensive groove. Downers South is going to try and battle back down 7.
And a thing to know here is with all the fouls from St. Ignatius, like we mentioned earlier, they only really like to go 7 deep. They've already had to go 8 deep here today. But with all the starters getting so many fouls early on, it could come down to a foul game where someone might have to foul out at the end of this one, which could help Downers Grove South take advantage of that deeper bench that they don't typically go to.
Cannot find yourself in that situation if you are St. Ignatius. Here's Walker Ross checking in for the first time. Bolte's free shot there off the mark from right around the free throw line. Vagonis gives this one to Flowers. He's stopped by Bolte. Swings this one around to Day. Day is fouled there by Ross.
And there's another one. Like you said, Ross just checked in the game and he's already picking up his first foul. And with how many fouls that St. Ignatius has been committing, with there's still 2:14 left on the clock, it's going to leave them a lot of opportunities if they stay at this pace.
Day's first free throw is no good. Downers South, not an efficient night so far from the line. And they've had a lot of trips, and that's what could really save you if you were them.
Exactly, especially with the team not shooting great from the field either. I mean, Adam Flowers shot 70% from the field here tonight, but so far he's only got 1 basket. 4 free throws to go along with it, but they're really going to need him and the rest of this team to turn it up in the field goal percentage department.
Chitaro gets this one over to Ross. Now to Caldwell in the corner. He drives, kicks down low. Bolte goes up for two.
Sky high, Chris Bolte just out jumps the defender. Gets an easy layup. No contest with how high he jumped on that one.
Vagonis moves this one over to Flowers up top. Now to Vagonis. He drives inside, goes up strong for two, and he's fouled on the shot.
Could have been a big and one, but just missed on that shot attempt. They're really going to need him to knock down these two free throws.
His first one, no good.
Vagonis has now missed 3 free throws in a row at the line. If he's going to keep going inside and getting fouled, he's going to really have to lock it at the free throw line.
Second one will fall. 6-point basketball game. Harris bringing this one up for St. Ignatius. 6-point lead. Bolte almost loses that one. Gets that one tipped again. Gets it up top. Bolte moves this one in the corner. Ross. Over to Caldwell. Back to Ross. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Ignatius has to do something. Here's a corner three from Turner, no good. But Caldwell is there for the cleanup.
Yeah, and Evans has a good box out, but he doesn't see him coming inside to grab that offensive rebound. Sneaks right past him in an easy layup.
Day trying to drive inside. He loses a dribble, gets it back. Flowers with 15 left on the shot clock. Adam Flowers puts his head down, drives inside, kicks out. Sean Day in the corner for three. It is good.
And a great job there from Flowers, making sure he only takes those 2 steps. He slows down his momentum, finds a wide open Day in the corner, and he knocks it down to cut the lead to 5.
Final 10 seconds here in this first half. This gym is getting loud. Bolte fakes. He's fouled with 7.7 seconds left.
Some of these St. Ignatius fans not very happy with that last call of letting Flowers play through it, trying to claim that he traveled. But a clean 2 steps from Flowers as the refs see it.
Ross gets this one into Harris. Harris is fouled by McNamara.
And Downers Go South had fouls to give. They're trying to make sure that there's the least amount of time possible left on the clock to make it as hard as possible to get a good look at the basket.
Notice how they have Bolte all the way at the other end. Maybe try and throw it into him. They get it back into Harris again. He's open up top. Ross in the corner for 3 at the horn. No good. Bolte's there for the putback. They're going to count it. Chris Bolte at the buzzer. That's going to set us to halftime. 28-21 your score. St. Ignatius on top by 7.
Yeah, and just a beautiful job there from Bolte, reading that 3-pointer off the hands of Ross. He knows it's going to be long. He sets himself up right down on the low block, does a great job of getting that ball and getting it back up in time before the shot clock expires. A 7-point lead now for St. Ignatius and carrying a little bit of momentum with them into the locker rooms.
He's playing with such poise right now. It was a bit of an iffy game from him and the rest of Ignatius yesterday against Highland Park. But they're playing a strong opponent, an even stronger opponent right now in Downers Grove South, who was able to knock off Oswego, and they were losing at halftime against Highland Park. They're winning, they're up by 7, which is a huge margin in this game. It's only 28 points for them. So a huge margin for them. They're gonna try and keep operating. Downers South is gonna try and come back. When we come back, we will have exciting second half action coming your way. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back after an electric first half. Here in the South Gym between St. Ignatius and Downers South. St. Ignatius up 7 heading into the start of the third quarter. Incredible start from both these teams, but St. Ignatius still holding strong. Some great ball here from Chris Bolte as well as Amir Tucker as well. Adam Flowers and company of Downers South are looking to fire back, however. Here they go, they get it out of the break. McNamara on the wing, up top to Day. Day drops this one down low to Flowers, and he's pushed.
And we're right back to where we left off there in the first half. Luca fouls. Foul trouble is going to be the name of this game coming down the stretches. St. Ignatius is going to have to go straight to the bench and check him out of the game. Chitaro taking a seat, and they're bringing in DJ Caldwell, the sophomore.
This was the starting 5 St. Ignatius rolled with yesterday. Flowers has trouble with this ball. He gets it back out up top to Vagonis, now on the wing to Day. Drops it down low to Vagonis again. One more. Evans gets it tapped out.
And Downers South really struggled in that first half to score. They did a great job at getting St. Ignatius to get them the foul and get themselves to the free throw line, but they just weren't able to capitalize at the rate that they would like to.
Day goes inside. Beautiful reverse layup is good.
A beautiful move from Day, going straight down the baseline, attacking. Sees the bigger defender come at him, goes up and under with the left hand. A beautiful finish there from Day.
Harris drops this one over, and it's going to be a foul. That one called on Day.
That's going to be his second foul. 3 of the 5 starters do have 2 fouls here for Downers South. But like we mentioned earlier, Downers South really likes to utilize their bench depth. So that shouldn't be as much of a problem as it would be for St. Ignatius.
Harris controlling up top, almost loses his dribble, he recovers. Kicks it over to Tucker, he drives, goes inside, kicks it back out. Ross on the wing for 3. Rebounded by Evans, here comes Downers South the other way. McNamara controls it up top. Vagonis pops out, gives it over to Day. Guarded by Bolte. Has some separation, pulls it from 3, no good. Rebounded by Harris, here he goes pushing the other way. Nico Harris spinning, and it's an offensive foul.
Yeah, trying to push the pace once again. We talked about it all day. Harris loves to push the pace in the fast break. This time he gets a little handsy, a little push off with the left arm, and that one's called going back down the other way. That's going to be his first foul.
It's a 5-point basketball game now. This game just tightening up. Vagonis finds a wide open Evans down low.
A beautiful back screen and a beautiful back cut there from Evans. Finds himself wide open, using that screen to perfection.
And here's a little run from Downers South. Their fans are getting loud. Tucker up top. Finds Caldwell, back to Tucker. Tucker giving this one over to Caldwell. Tries dropping that one down low to Bolte, but it's just too high of a bounce. Down low pass, Vagonis almost gets this one intercepted, and that one is blocked away by Amir Tucker.
A great save there from Downers South. Antonio Evans just is like, wow, a Christmas present, easy layup. Nope, coming out of nowhere, St. Ignatius with a huge block.
Vagonis gives this one out to McNamara, who pops out. Fakes, midi. No. Vagonis almost tips this one in. One more putback, no. Bolte finally controls this one, and he is fouled by McNamara.
A tough break there. Number 33, Vagonis, trying to fight for that extra bucket. Original tip in, no good. Second shot attempt barely misses. Bolte does a great job at realizing where that ball's going off the rim, grabs the rebound, and just an unfortunate foul there for Downers South.
5.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's a 3-point basketball game. Tucker moving this one quickly. Back out up top, Tucker, Harris. Ross pops out. Tucker drives, kicks, Harris drives, fancy step outside. Bolte goes in, and he scores.
Beautiful pump fake there from Bolte. Goes up sky high and gets the nice left-hand floater to go.
Back up to a two-possession game. Day to Vagonis, now to Flowers. Flowers controlling, going to work inside, and one! Adam Flowers, how do you do?
Absolutely unreal play there from Adam Flowers. Goes right, goes left, and finds himself driving inside. Gets a tough right hand and one finish, scoring over DJ Caldwell.
That is what kids call flow state right there. Adam Flowers entering it every time he goes to work down low.
There's not many players you're going to see better here in the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic than Adam Flowers when he's going down the hill. Absolutely phenomenal body control shown off right there. Is able to capitalize on the free throw as well, making it just a 2-point ball game.
How about Adam Flowers hooping in the t-shirt as well? I got to point that out. Not a compression shirt, just loose out there.
Yeah, very baggy t-shirt, might I just add. Looks like he's sizing up there on the t-shirt size.
Caldwell gives us one down low to Bolte. Now out to Ross for three. Won't go. Rebounded by Kasparidis. Here's Evans. Gives it behind to Day. It's a 2-point game. Day goes inside, working, looking. Gives it out to Evans. Day. Vagonis. Evans goes inside. Good stop there by Ross. Gives it outside to Day. That could have taken the lead. No. Evans fights his way inside, and that one just won't fall. Tucker pushing. Gives this one out to Caldwell in the corner for three. Yes, sir! Downer South wasting no time. Day took a little bit of a hop there, and it's St. Ignatius ball.
Yeah, a huge play there from Caldwell. Finds himself open in the corner, takes full advantage of it, knocks down the triple, extending the lead for St. Ignatius to 5. And just a costly mistake there from Day. Like you mentioned, Luca, trying to take a little hop step. Refs see something else, call it travel. St. Ignatius now has a chance to keep adding on to the lead.
Ross pops out, back over to Tucker. Tucker, a three, won't go at the buzzer. Downer South trying to make this a one-possession game again. Day gives this one over to Letzos. Now out up top to Thomas. Day, guarded by Bolte on the wing. Thomas. Letzos, a three. No good. And a foul down low on Ignatius. That one called on Ross.
That's a big one on Ross, too. That's his third foul. Both Ross and number 25, DJ Caldwell, have 3 fouls and are staying in the game.
Flowers goes inside, up for 2. It's an air ball, corralled by Tucker. Tucker looking, gives this one over to Caldwell, now down low to Bolte. Bolte goes to work, up for 2.
Shifty move there from Bolte going around Kasparidis, finishing with the left hand, just out of the outstretched arm.
Thomas goes inside on the response, reverse layup is good. What a jelly there. And a timeout called by Downer South.
The pace starting to pick up a little bit here as we near the end of the third quarter. Both offenses starting to get a little bit of a rhythm. We didn't see it too much in the first half, but both teams need it big here in the second. And Downer South is making St. Ignatius really know that they're not going away easily.
2 minutes, 19 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's a 5-point game. Do not go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back. Caldwell gets this one down low to Bolte, who turns around. Jumper is good. It's takeover time here for Chris Bolte in the South Gym. Thomas going to work. Layup no good. Ross pushing the pace the other way. Tucker, a three. It's a 10-point game. And another timeout called by Downers South. 2 straight buckets out of the break for St. Ignatius.
And Downers South had the original momentum going into that first timeout, but something was clearly said in the St. Ignatius huddle. 2 big shots to extend this lead to 10. And now Downers South is going to have to talk this one over. They're going to have to find a way here to try and battle back and make this a closer game going into the fourth.
We'll see what they draw. Do not go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Gorst to inbound this one after the DGS timeout. He gives it into Flowers. Flowers guarded by Harris. He gets it across the half. Kasperinas gets this one down low to Flowers, but it's taken away, and it's St. Ignatius ball.
Flowers just could not find the handle on that one from the pass. Absolutely fired in there from Kasperinas. Couldn't hold on. Goes out of bounds. Flowers checking out of the game after that.
Tough sequence there for him.
You can still see him kind of favoring that ankle that he injured early on in the game yesterday against Oswego. Might be part of the reason why his minutes are so limited here against St. Ignatius.
Harris up top with it, moving it over to Tucker. Back to Harris. Harris, Tucker. Harris, a three. Short. Day. Reverse. Behind the back to Vagonis for an and one.
What a beautiful sequence there from Downers Grove South. Day going coast to coast. And just a little slip pass as we get a second look at this one.
Fancy dribble moves here behind the back. Feeds it right to Vagonis, who goes up strong with it. Now, Vagonis has struggled at the line this game, and that's no secret. And that remains the case. But Bolte can't control that one off the rebound.
And we saw that a couple of times with Downers Grove South in the first half. They were struggling to pick up those rebounds off the missed free throws, and now it's happened to St. Ignatius. Bolte kind of just smiling it off, but in a game that could go either way, I don't know if I'd be too happy with myself after that.
Kasperinas up top today. And it's a foul down low. Another one on Ignatius.
And this one's gonna put them at the free throw line as well. Once again, all 3 quarters for Downers Grove South, they have reached the bonus. I believe that's the first time it's happened so far in this Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. It's been a rough one with the foul trouble for St. Ignatius. Almost every player on the team not named Chris Bolte has 2 fouls.
And, I mean, thankfully, if you are Ignatius, that is the guy you want to preserve the most, Chris Bolte.
Yeah, Bolte with 13 points leading the way for Ignatius offensively. He's really helped them out in some tough droughts. He's able to knock down both free throws at that trip to the line.
Tucker taking it up, gives it over to Harris. Moving it to Turner, back to Harris. Harris looking, gives it back over outside to Ross. Turner outside, Tucker a long three, yes! Amir Tucker with his second field goal of the game.
And that's exactly how you dissect the zone defense. Get the ball into the middle, find somebody on the outside, and a big three knockdown from Tucker.
Day holds it up top on the wing. Downers South with the shot clock turned off. Still without Day. Day on an island with Bolte. Does he want the matchup? Bolte saying bring it on. Day going across, spinning. Day feeds it at the buzzer. Beautiful to Vagonis, and that is how that quarter will end.
An absolutely unreal passing job there from Day. He's done an amazing job all corner, finds himself giving off another beautiful dish behind his head with the left hand, and an easy layup, cutting the lead down to 7. That's exactly what you need if you're Downers Grove South. St. Ignatius went into halftime with a little bit of momentum on a last-second shot, and now Downers Grove South trying to come back, cuts the lead down to 7, and gets a little bit of momentum for themselves going into the fourth quarter.
Now, for St. Ignatius, Chris Bolte has played all 24 for them. Adam Flowers has probably only played just a bit over half of this game for Downers South through these first 3. So I wonder how much PT they're going to give him in this final quarter.
Yeah, they've really been resting him. I do think it's partially to the fact that he did kind of injure his ankle yesterday. We saw him hobbling a little bit over to the bench last time he checked out. But they're going to need Adam Flowers to step back into this game and play through it if they want a good chance at coming back. But Downers Grove South, like we mentioned earlier, he was the first guy to go out of this game for Downers Grove South, and you typically don't see that. He's mostly out there on the floor. So we'll have to see how that ankle is going to affect him as we go down the stretch of this game.
We're about to enter the final quarter of action in the premier game here for day 2. The winner of this, again, will play Metamora in the Elite 8 in the main gym.
And Metamora is one of those teams that likes to play close. And what we've seen from St. Ignatius so far and from Downers Grove South is that they've been both playing in 2 close games as well. And it always seems, no matter what year it is, when Metamora's in the tournament and they're in a close game, they find some sort of way to win it. So it could definitely be a dangerous game, a possible upset tomorrow between whoever wins this game and Metamora.
Only 1 loss in their entire time here in the tournament.
That being, of course, last year in the Final Four.
To Bolingbrook. Harris goes inside for 2, yes!
A tough finish over the much taller Kasperinas, barely getting it over the outstretched arm of him, getting the nice right-hand layup to go.
Day giving this one outside to Vagonis. Now here's Flowers back in. He's guarded by Harris. Kasperinas. Now to Garst. Day drives inside, goes back out. He's guarded by Bolte again. Flowers almost gets this one stolen. Here he goes downhill, 2 steps, and it's in.
Basically automatic from inside the paint. Flowers with a huge play as we see him wincing after that. He's putting it all on the line here for his team in the second round of the Jack Tosh.
He wants that Elite 8 game. Bolte turnaround J. No, Flowers grabs the board. Here he goes, giving it up ahead to Day. Day spinning. Gives it back out, Vagonis looking. That ball almost lost, baseline drive, and it's a kick ball.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how Gavin Garst was able to save that. Looked like he was completely losing it. Somehow turns it into a spin move down the baseline, which St. Ignatius was not ready for. A little kick save from them. Otherwise, that probably would have been an easy bucket down low for Kasperinas.
This whole Downers South team so crafty. I feel like that's a consistency here. Garst looking to inbound. Finds Flowers. He's guarded by Harris. Flowers swing this one cross court, corner 3. Yes, it's on line for Garst.
Flowers is making everything happen right now. This offense is running through him, whether he's scoring, getting downhill, or creating something for his teammates. A huge assist there from Flowers.
6 minutes to go. It's a 4-point game. Tucker gives this one over to Chitaro. Chitaro resets up top to Harris. Chitaro, a three. He responds.
Chitaro, who's had to sit most of the second half due to foul trouble with 4, comes back in off the bench and knocks down one of the biggest shots so far in this game.
Flowers falls over down low. No foul call. Day going to work. Underhand lay is no good. Here's Bolte going to work down low. Kicks this one out. Almost turned over. Ross is there. Looking for a travel call is Coach Miller, but that's a wide open layup for Harris.
And Kasparini's just caught cheating a little bit too far up as we see Harris go right behind him down the baseline, and another nice shot over the taller defender.
Flowers gets this one on the wing. Flowers, a three. Just off, but there's gonna be a push down low called on Chitaro, and that is his 5th and final foul.
We just said it how important Chitaro is to this team. He comes in off the bench, huge 3, and he picks up that 5th foul, so they'll be with him, will be without him the rest of the way. A huge foul called. Downers Grove South is gonna take a timeout here, try to draw something up on the out of bounds play and cut a little bit deeper into this lead. Just a 9-point game with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in this one. You've been watching the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Sweet 16 here on York Sports Network.
We welcome you back here. Score 50-41 with 5 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the final quarter of action. It's a 9-point lead for St. Ignatius, but Downer South is not going down easy. Letsos up top. Day. Give this one over to Evans. It's stolen by Tucker, but he's not able to hold on to it.
And they're going to say he never had full possession of the ball. So the shot clock will remain at 8 seconds. So it's going to have to be a quick possession and a quick shot up from Downers Grove South.
Coach Miller once again has Flowers on the bench. We'll see how they operate without him. That pass is just way too high there, even for Kasparinas.
Yeah, Kasparinas staying at 6'8", and he got up for that one, but just an unfortunate pass. As if that pass was on the money, he most likely would have had a wide open layup as he beat his defender. But I would assume Flyers will most likely sit for the next minute or 2 and then try and finish out the rest of the game. But St. Ignatius can try and put this one away with him on the bench right now.
Bolte drives inside, going to work down low, layup no good. He's fighting for his own offensive rebound, and it's a jump ball. Going to DGS.
That's another thing to keep in mind as we head down the stretch with that jump ball. St. Ignatius will now have the possession arrow in their favor.
Garst. Moving this one around. It's McNamara. He's getting pressured, stolen by Tucker. Here he goes on the fast break. Lay, it's good. It's an 11-point basketball game now.
A huge play from Tucker, getting his hand on that and going coast to coast for the wide open layup. Now a double-digit lead here for St. Ignatius.
Evans today. Shooting behind a screen. Yes! Sean Day cuts it to an 8-point game.
I know we've been talking about how important Adam Flowers is to this team, but an unsung hero here today is Sean Day. He has shot unbelievable from the outside, all 9 of his points coming on 3 triples. He's really done a great job here in the second half, knocking down big three after big three, trying to keep his team in it. He's able to cut the lead back down to 8, 3:55 remaining. A timeout called, and St. Ignatius trying to figure out a way to put this Downers Grove South Mustangs team away.
We'll see what they do. Do not go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back here. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's an 8-point basketball game. St. Ignatius still leads. It's their ball after that huge three by Day.
South coming out in a full court press.
They are not letting go of this game. Ross in the corner for three, rims out. Day pulls it down.
That could have been the dagger there. Jumping back up to an 11-point lead would have been huge for them with just under 4 to play.
Day thought about shooting it. Gives it back out to Evans. Drive inside here from Letsos. Kicks it out in the corner. A big-time three. Won't go. And it's a foul down low on Harris.
This just St. Ignatius' second foul of the fourth quarter. They've done a much better job of playing clean basketball. But that one's gonna hurt them as it gives Downers Grove South another opportunity here to cut into this lead.
Day gets this one into Vagonis. Segrand back to Day. Day feeds this one down low to Vagonis for 2, and he's fouled! My, oh my.
Harris is not happy, visibly upset after that call. And it wasn't even his foul. Tucker was the one who picked it up. Harris trying to argue for his teammate, and a huge basket and an and one as that foul came in late. So Vagonis basically had a free layup and then just got the foul added on top of it after it already went in.
His free throw is good. It's a 5-point basketball game with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left here.
And we know he's been struggling from the line all game. We've mentioned it time and time again, but when it mattered most, he knocks down one of the clutchest free throws of the game.
He stepped it up in this second half from the stripe. Tucker gets this one, still a full court press from DGS. 3 minutes to go. Bolte gets it. Slowed down by Day. Tucker has it up top. Harris, guarded by Evans. Drop down low. Harris finds Caldwell open for 3. Yes, sir! Day moving this one quickly, wasting no time. Giving this one down low to Vagonis. He goes to work. And it's a foul down low.
A great heads-up play from Day, realizing St. Ignatius once again back late on defense. We've seen that a couple times in this one, where Downers Grove South tries to push the pace. This time they get it over, but it's going to be a blocking foul down low, and that's going to be the 4th foul on Duke Ross.
Vagonis out to Day. He has 9, kicks it out. Inside drive here by Evans, who goes strong for 2.
Evans working amongst the trees down low, an unbelievable left-hand finish.
Tucker to Harris. They're trying to break this press. It's tough. Caldwell. They have it across the timeline, but they're still trying to set up a play. This place is getting loud. It's a 6-point game, 2 possessions. Tucker to Harris, now to Bolte. Bolte looking, finds a cutting Harris, who goes up, and he's fouled.
Very close for Harris, almost picked up the and one, just could not get that shot to go. Day coming from the backside, trying to get there in time, could not, but these are 2 huge free throws that St. Ignatius really needs to have.
Harris's first one falls. And in comes Gavin Garst. Out goes Letsos. Harris goes 1 for 2 from the line. He makes it a 3-possession game. Day up top with it. Slip and screen for Vagonis. He opts not to use that. He found a wide open Kasparinas.
The court visions of Day are off the charts. Tries getting it down low to one big man, gets covered, finds the other one with a no-look pass. An easy 2 points for Downers Grove South.
Tucker to Harris now. Caldwell holds. Could have shot it. Ball tipped by Vagonis.
And a huge defensive possession here for Downers Grove South. If they're able to get a stop, 15 seconds on the shot clock, they'll have over a minute left to play with a chance to cut it down to a 1-score game.
Harris looking, gives it right into Bolte. Bolte drives inside, he's stopped, kicks it out. Harris slowed, goes inside, reverse layup, no good. Here's a push ahead to Day. Day swings this one into the corner. Downers South's gonna have to slow down, that ball's tipped. And it's thrown right to Tucker. Coach Monroe telling him to hold. Slow it down. Should Downers South foul?
I don't think they should. If they get a stop, they can get a bucket, make it a 1-score game, and then play the foul game. You want to make it as close as possible without fouling if you can.
Shot clock winding down. They give it to Ross in the corner for 3. No. Rebound. Who's it going to? That's a hit there. And it's going to be free throws.
The sophomore Gavin Garst going to the free throw line. He has the opportunity to make it a 1-score game. And if you're Downers Grove South, you just got to make sure you keep the ball out of 24's hands. You do not want him going to the free throw line. He's an unbelievable free throw shooter.
Garst, his first one is good.
Adam Flowers still on the bench. 1 timeout left for Downers Grove South. All 5 still for St. Ignatius.
Garst, his second to make it a 1-possession game. It's good. And in comes Letsos. Out goes Garst after those 2 clutch free throws.
You got to have your best defenders on the floor, and that's exactly what Downers Grove South is doing. They're interchanging those 2 for the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
They get it into Caldwell, still in the backcourt. They got to break the press. It's tipped, it's stolen. Here comes DGS with 16 seconds. Will they call a timeout? Day gets this one down low. It's stolen by Ignatius. And a foul.
Downers Grove South had a chance, a big chance to tie the game, and they threw the ball away. 7.9 seconds left. Down 3. They're either going to get a steal on the inbounds pass. Well, actually, they're going to get 2 looks at it because they still have a foul to give. So they really have to try and pick off this inbound pass. Otherwise, they got to foul as quickly as possible to make sure they have enough time for a shot if Ignatius is missing both free throws.
That was a quick foul.
0.5 ticks off the clock. That's going to be the 4th on Day, which is huge as he is their best 3-point shooter. And Coach Miller, knowing that, he's going to pull him to the side here to make sure he does not foul out before a potential 3-pointer that they need to tie the game.
And a timeout used here by Coach Monroe. He still has 4 remaining after this one.
So Downers Grove South is going to have to play some unbelievable defense here, because if St. Ignatius does not like what they have timeouts to use.
Now, going back to that last play, you saw Coach Miller after that steal. They got it up across half court. He did not call a timeout, and the ball was turned over. Going back into that situation, if you are in Coach Miller's shoes, are you calling a timeout, or are you letting your guys play like you did?
You know, it's really hard because you want, as a coach, you want to be able to trust your guys in that situation and try and hold on to that last timeout if possible. A quick 2 there, and then a foul on the other end gives you that opportunity to call a timeout and have a play from out of bounds. But at the same time, you could look at it saying, this is our last chance. We need the best possible shot possible. Maybe even bringing Adam Flowers off the bench who's injured to get that last-second shot. But nothing you can do about it now. You can't go back. You can't change what you did. So now they're going to have to come up with a huge defensive stop.
They get it into Harris, and he's fouled. I was about to say that's not particularly the guy you'd want to send to the line. He's not going to go to the line because they still have one more to give. But, I mean, this entire St. Ignatius team is pretty efficient from the line. Are they going to call a timeout? That was close.
And you saw Duke Ross trying to call for a timeout. It was a couple seconds before they gave it to him. But yeah, Luca, like you mentioned, a lot of good free throw shooters on St. Ignatius. Harris did miss one earlier, but if I'm Downers Grove South, I'd probably want to send one of those sophomores to the line. Someone with not as much experience in these tightly contested games, especially at the Jack Tosh, because most of those guys weren't starting as freshmen. They weren't getting significant minutes as freshmen, so it's their first time in a high-pressure situation in a tournament like this. So I'd probably try and send one of those guys to the line, but with a guy in Amir Tucker who's one of those sophomores, I wouldn't particularly really want to send him either. It's kind of a lose-lose no matter who you foul.
Yeah, and before we go back, props to Amir Tucker. He was in a reserve role last year for St. Ignatius as a freshman, and he has come up completely all the way up to the starting lineup as a sophomore and has really become a second option in scoring here for Ignatius. It's been an amazing start for him this season. And a foul down low. And that one is on DGS.
And that's a tough one because Downers Grove South, Brendan McNamara was the one who hit the ground. Sometimes you think him hitting the ground is going to mean that it's going to be an offensive foul, but this time it was called a hold on McNamara. And they send none other than Chris Bolte to the free throw line.
Here he is on his first. He makes it. It's a 2-possession game now with 6.6 seconds left.
It's not over, but it's improbable. A comeback here from Downers Grove South. They need an absolute miracle. But we have seen many miracles here at the Jack Tosh.
Second one from Bolte, rims out. Here goes Day, pushing the pace. Day, he's blocked by who else but Chris Bolte. It's put back up at the buzzer. It's gonna fall, but that is how this game will end, with a clutch sequence there from Chris Bolte.
Yeah, Bolte misses the second free throw, gives a little bit of hope and life in Downers Grove South, but cleans up his mistake on the other end. A huge block and a very tight game between Downers Grove South and St. Ignatius. Both teams fought unbelievably hard. St. Ignatius will come out on top, so they survive after 2 absolute barn burners in the South gyms on day 1 and day 2. And they're gonna have a very tough matchup with another team who loves to play in close games in Metamora on Monday. We will have an interview here any moment with Luca DeSanto and Chris Bolte and Coach Monroe of St. Ignatius. I've been Tosh Silkaitis, and we thank you guys for watching. You've been watching the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic here on York Sports Network.
Joined here sideline now by Chris Bolte. Chris, you had your name all over this game today, and an incredibly clutch sequence at the end as well. Talk a bit about that at the end there.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we saw a zone yesterday, and then they have another good zone today. We thought they were going to go man since they went man yesterday, but ultimately just moving the ball and taking what the defense gives us, hitting some clutch shots down the stretch from our guards over there, and then really sitting down and getting stops.
Even with limited minutes today from Adam Flowers, you guys were still able to slow him down.
Yeah.
How were you able to play defense on him so well?
Just in the pregame, we talked about how big of a matchup that was. I think I mentioned it yesterday too. Adam's a great ball player, so really just limiting him as much as we can, even though that's my good friend, but really just focusing in on him.
For the first time ever for you guys, you faced the Metamora Redbirds. That's going to be a big game. A lot of people have that circled. That's going to be in the main gym for the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do heading into that one?
Well, they're a storied program. I really was hoping we got them. Never played a team like that. I know they play the right way, and they shoot a good amount of threes and move the ball and stuff, so I'm not really sure with the game plan yet, but I'm excited to play in that game, in that gym over there, so I'm excited.
Congratulations to you guys, Chris.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day of rest.
Thank you.
From all of us here at York Sports Network, have a good night. Enjoy your day of rest tomorrow as well. Go Dukes.